The date, March 16th, 2020. It was that fateful night the government made to shut down our economy and also limit the number of people attending meetings to no more than 10 souls, which was a huge problem for me as I was hosting that very night a free educational workshop with over 70 savers expected in attendance. Unfortunately, after the worldwide announcement, only 5 savers showed up for my workshop that night, 6 if you include the service dog. And ironically, as someone who had up to this date had conducted literally hundreds of free financial workshops for savers, following this fateful night on March 16, 2020, I decided to discontinue the use of educational workshops to look for clients and instead stick with what's always worked for me, TV and radio. And as we record this show in April of 2024, we are pleased to have numerous TV and radio stations throughout the state of Kentucky who are broadcasting a brand new show of the WorryFree Retirement each and every week. Yet, as the old saying goes, never say never. As recently, one of my longtime clients asked me to speak the other day to some 60 seniors at her church. And of course, it was about money. After wrapping up my brief talk to the group, as has always been my custom, I opened up the floor to questions, and boy, did these retirees have questions. And they were mainly about the key points I shared in my latest book, Live Well, Die Broke, and its core message of giving money to kids and grandkids now versus waiting until you die. The reason I've always encouraged savers to give more money to their family now versus waiting until they die kind of falls in line with this quote I once read by Mark Twain where he said, "You really never know someone until you share an inheritance with them." And it's not just 60 retirees listening to a little man in a sweater vest wondering if there will be any problems with kids and grandkids fighting over their stuff when they die. People in Jesus' day did the same thing. Check it out in this exchange between the Son of God and some unhappy guy finding out that he'd been cut out of the will. As this estranged family member starts belly aching to Jesus about getting his fair share of the inheritance, which is really not a demand on his part, but to me more of a question. A question you may be in the middle of trying to answer right now, as well as why you didn't get your fair share of an inheritance, or maybe why you're having to pay more than your fair share in taxes on that tax-infested 401k of yours. So regardless of your belly aching, notice how Jesus answers the question with not an answer, but another question, reminding all of us that he did not come to be the judge and jury over one might have or what might receive in their mailbox. Oh, speaking of judge and juries, an attorney friend of mine who is a real cut-up once posed this question to me about those in our field, the attorney and legal field, and of course us financial advisors, when he asked this question. "Hey, Tony, you know why they bury attorneys and financial advisors 20 feet underground?" To which I responded, "No, why do they do that?" And he said, "Because deep down, we're not so bad." The point Jesus is making is the same point made by Mark Twain. When it comes to people and money, the main factor that will determine whether people will get along is the age-old problem all of us humans suffer. That's right, greed. Yet, as Jesus reminds us, life is not summed up with how much we might have in our mailbox, nor the desire for more stuff. No, the key to being worry-free is remembering why Jesus came here in the first place. Not to be your financial advisor nor bless you with more money, but rather to save our souls and give us peace with God. Something money just can't buy. Amen?
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips. And be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.